Hello friends, I am Chevee, and today we're going to talk about terraforming Mars. Now, I realize I am 5 years late to the party. You know, we covered earlier that this channel sat dead for 4 years, so that's part of it. And I also don't have any footage to show you of the game. I don't have gameplay overlay or any kind of component shots because I don't own a copy of the game. Well, technically, I do own a copy of the game. I just don't possess a copy of the game, and we'll talk about that. But I want to talk about it now, 5 years too late, because I got to play it last night. And prior to last night, I hadn't played Terraforming Mars in at least 3 years, probably closer to 4 years. And when that game came out, it's all we played for like 2 years, or a year and a half. I don't know. However long I played it. And so the story goes, in 2016, I was very heavily involved with Portal Games. I was the U.S. representative, and through that, I became pretty good friends with Stephen Bonacore at Stronghold. And I'm honored to say he's my friend. I can say that. And so I saw this game, and I thought, man, that really checks a lot of boxes. You know, cards, engine building, uniqueness, unique cards meaning, you know, the way the board's laid out. I really said, I want to try this game, and everybody was talking about it. And so I went to Steven, I think it came out at Gen Con that year, I don't remember. It technically came out in September, I think at Essen, but there was preview copies available at Gen Con, limited supply. And I said, I need this, can I have it? And he said, sure. So he gives me a copy of the game. And I have a friend here, we'll call him Jeff. His name is Jeff. Who is, card games like that are his thing. And he's also more than willing to read rule books and teach me games. So I texted Jeff and I was like, I got this game called Terraforming Mars. It's all the rage. I said, why don't you read the rules? I'll be back, you know, to game night next week and we'll play it. And he said, okay. And so I kind of put Terraforming Mars in my room, forgot about it, did the convention. I came back the following Monday, game night was on Wednesday. I show up to game night, and Jeff comes like walking to me like a child, hands out, going, gimme, gimme. Like he literally said, give me. I can see it in my face. In my face? So I hand him the copy of Terraforming Mars, and I've never seen it again. That's not true. I've played it dozens of times. But at the end of that, Jeff was really into it and wanting to read the cards. It was a late night. And I said, why don't you take it home, and, you know, there's a solo mode, you can play it. And I knew he was going to, like, dive head first into this game. And he's like, really? And I said, yeah, like, the only chance I'm going to play it is here at game night. This isn't like a take it home and play it kind of game. And so you can just take it. And so since that time, we have had this sort of co-parent relationship over the game. It's been in Jeff's possession for the last 5 years. And we played it non-stop for like 18 months at least until I quit going to game night. I quit kind of, games in general kind of faded out of my life for a while. And I loved it. We all did. I think that's why we played it for 2 straight years, you know? But I have a sort of sordid past with the game. At last count, when I stopped keeping track, however many years ago that was, I had never won a game of Terraforming Mars. I, to this day, have not won a game of Terraforming Mars. And when I stopped counting, I had 28 second place titles, finishes. 28. I don't know, we probably played it 60 times, or 70 times, or 80 times. I have 28 second place finishes. That's pretty ridiculous. There were weeks where we played it 2 times a night. We would play it and then play it again right afterwards. So I have this sordid past, but I still absolutely love the game, and I hadn't played it in a very, very long time. And last night somebody said, do we want to play Terraforming Mars? And I was like, I do, you know? But it's also like a 3-year break. It was almost like an old friend who, when you first get back together, it's kind of awkward because you're you kind of remember each other, but you're not really certain what the other person's into these days, and you're not sure if you're going to say the wrong thing. And so I sat down and I started to play with the cubes and get everything situated. They introduced a couple of new mechanics. I hadn't seen Prelude at all, so we played with Prelude. I think I had played Venus once, or I had at least seen Venus once. So I don't know that I've actually played with any of those cards or anything like that. So they talked me through some of that. We played with one of the other boards. I don't know. Honestly, I've been kind of disconnected from the game for so long. And it was like I had to, you know, I forgot some mechanics. I forgot some rules. I was kind of loose about it. I didn't win. I didn't even come in second. I think I came in fourth out of 5 players. But it was really just, God, I love that game. And I'm sitting here waiting on Ares expansion or Ares Expedition to come out. But man, hugging that old game and make it just felt so right to play it again. And what are your games like that? Do you have games that you just want to hold on to dearly and just look at fondly and say, you know, you're my precious and I will always play you and remember you with you know, watery eyes? Do you have any games like that? I'd love to know, because for me, it's Terraforming Mars and Acquire. Acquire has been my #1 board game since I was a child. Not a child, but a teen. A minor, but I would love to know, do you have any games like that when they come out, you're just, it's just like hugging an old friend? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll hear more of you'll see more of these videos when they come about, and leave me a comment because it really helps, you know, all the YouTube stuff.